like you forgot. I call a shot. Like blah, blah, blah. Y'all should know me well enough.
What's going on, everyone? This is Star. Welcome to the channel. And how was your week? My week was fine, thank you. Listen, today we're going to talk about dating in LA. But before we talk about that, we have to talk about energy harvesting. Now, I'm going to be honest. 10 plus years ago, I didn't know about energy harvesting. I didn't know about sex magic. And I didn't know about black magic. The only thing I was taught by my parents was that hard work pays off. They never gave me a spell on how to improve things in my life. It was just hard work pays off. But some people, they grow up with black magic and they're taught spell recipes on how to improve their life, how to get that guy, how to get money. You will be surprised by the amount of people that hate you that are in your family, your friend group, your church group, your community. You'll be surprised. And they're sitting under the moonlight doing all these spells because they don't want you to thrive in this life. I had no idea that people can steal your energy, but not only that, hold it for years and do all kinds of spells to make you like a puppet. Some of you are under spell work right now and you don't even know it. Some of you are sitting back wondering, damn, why am I having a hard time in my love life? Why is it every time I get a job, it don't work out? Probably somebody putting a spell on you.
Energy harvesting is the act of feeding off of people on an energetic level by keeping them in a low vibrational state. Things like fear, doubt, guilt, woundedness, shame, basically keeping folks on a trauma loop. And you can see this in relationships between people, like where there's like a narcissist and an empath. But you can also see this in work environments, those really traumatic work environments that keep people feeling really low about themselves, but they keep coming back because they don't see that another way of earning a living is possible. So they keep on staying at that toxic work environment because they're in such a low energetic state and so energetically drained that the cycle continues. This is a manifestation of the trauma loop of grind culture.
They're literally like an Agent Smith. They're trying to keep you trapped in this matrix and make you feel like nobody likes you, or like you're just not that significant, or nobody would ever really want to be your friend like that. So they have to keep you away from other people, and they will try. They will be very possessive of you sometimes because they don't want you venturing out. It's almost like a hostage situation. Like, remember Rapunzel in the movie, how like the witch kept her up in the tower? And that's because the witch was feeding off of Rapunzel's hair. She was feeding off of her light, her energy, and she was keeping it for herself because she never wanted Rapunzel to leave, because then Rapunzel would actually figure out, number one, that she was kidnapped, but also who she actually is. This is exactly how these people act. They don't want you to figure out who you actually are, and they feed off of your light while also simultaneously dimming it. As you dim yourself to be around this person, as they continue to discourage you and you lower your energy because they make you feel so bad about yourself, that energy has to go somewhere. So they feed off of you in this like parasitic relationship where they tell you you're not good enough, where they make you feel insignificant, where they downplay everything you do, and you go, you start to wilt, and then they suck up all of your light and all of your potential for themselves. It's actually quite scary.
How do you know if you're being energy harvested off of? Okay, first and foremost, I hope you understand how powerful you are, how much of a spiritual badass you are, because a lot of the people that have organized themselves around you for all these years of your life, they knew it. They just didn't want you to know it. Okay, so now that we got that out of the way, a lot of times the folks that are energy harvesting off of you just make you feel a little lower than what you felt before you were in their presence. That's a really key sign of energy harvesting. Also, you know that narcissistic tactic where narcissists like to build you up only to like take you off of their pedestal and make you feel even worse than before they gave you the compliment. That's a really great example of energy harvesting. And excuse this analogy, but it's almost like when you take an animal to the slaughterhouse. You know how folks who do that practice, they will usually fatten the animal up first before they slaughter them. It's the same concept when it comes to energy harvesting. They want to make you feel really good about yourself so that when they do tear you down, they feed more off of your energy. I know, it's pretty sick, right? But anyway, another example of energy harvesting is these people will, on one hand, they'll act like they can't stand you, and yet on the other hand, they always want to be in your presence. It's like they're secretly hating on you, and yet at the same time, they want to be around you. So there's a disjointedness there, and a lot of that is because they're feeding off of you, and a part of them feels guilty and also feels annoyed by the fact that they feel like they have to feed off of you. The plot twist is they really don't have to feed off of you. They could just engage in their own self-development and work on their own spiritual practice and get to the point where you are, but no, they'd rather steal and harvest. So those are just some of the small signs of energy harvesting. I'll do a part 2 later.
There are people right now whose lives are upside down and they're blaming themselves. And it's really spell work because their group of friends or maybe even their family got them under spell work. And the people that do the spell work, they think it's so funny what they do to other people until the tables turn. And then it's their turn to be the puppet. It's not so funny anymore. When they get a little taste of what they wanted for others, they can barely take it. Isn't that funny? You got people out here that have been under spells for years, and you can't even handle a week? Toughen up. Now, when it came to me being an empress, it was a lot of people protesting, including my family, which was funny. Why can't I be the empress? Because I'm not sleeping around with a city official. I'm not sleeping around with a crooked lawyer or crooked cop. What's the problem? Because I'm not out here having orgies? Because I'm not out here selling my body? Is that it, Satanists? And I've never went around bragging, oh, I'm the empress. No, people have been stalking my birth chart, stalking my Akashic records, stalking tarot cards, getting readings on me every damn hour. How much money have y'all spent? Are y'all millionaires? Anyways, I had to let that out. I apologize. Next, dating in LA.
This is the one right here. And I'm going to tread lightly because I know people be in their feelings when it comes to race and all of that. But when it comes to California, yes, there are black men. But if you're a certain type of woman and you're looking for a specific type of black man, in my opinion, when we're talking about sophistication and all of that, they're not here in LA. They're just not here. And if they are here, they don't like black women. So her comment definitely is on point. As far as, there being no black men. Now, when you go to the East Coast, that's where you can find a black man of sophistication, that has a great job and is doing well for himself and is not wearing skinny jeans. But LA, whew, honey, the black men out here, some of them, honestly, they really just don't like black women. They're looking for a specific type of aesthetic. And if you don't fit that, then you're out of luck, in this dating scene. And I'm finding that, if you're a black woman and you're really true to yourself and true to who you are, and you're not conforming and doing, everything that these other girls are doing out in the streets, they don't want you. They don't want the good girls anymore. They want the easy ones. They want the ones with the BBLs. They want the ones, that I don't even know what they want, honestly. Maybe y'all can chime in the comments. But to be honest with you, LA really is not a great place to date. In my opinion, I feel like if I lived like on the East Coast or something, I probably would be better off because black men out there actually like black women.
So wait a minute. She's too dark for the men in LA? Oh, I get it. See, when you sleep with the men in LA and you lay down on your stomach, they want to see two fluffy powdered donuts. Yeah. Listen, don't get mad at me. Get mad at the game, baby. But black women, don't take that stuff personal. If men want to choose solely based on the aesthetic, solely based on a woman's color, let them do it. Let him figure out that it takes more than that. I can't imagine a dark-skinned man approaching me and I'm saying, oh my God, he's too dark for me. I can't do it. That is so ignorant. But that's the world we live in. You have to be this certain color. You have to be this certain weight. You have to have on this designer label in order to attract. Why do I have to put on a white man's label to attract a black man? Please answer that shit. Some black people are lost. They only feel important when they put on that outfit that they really can't afford because the rent is due, the light bills due, the water bills due. It's sad where we are as a people. It's really sad. I think if you got to put on a designer outfit to feel important, you already lost the goddamn game. I'm Star, the real magician. Good night.